Hello, Jeremy. It was good having you and your dad in for a half-day academy. I've got a picture of you over here on the right, and as I explained to you earlier, I think you've got a really good golf swing. Just some key recommendations I have to kind of tidy up a few areas. One being the initial move away. You'll notice that your first move, the club gets inside the hands very quickly and then wraps around yourself. So what do I like to see at this point? I like to see the shaft on that initial red line instead of having so much gappage going on with your elbows, and then the club kind of wanders a bit too much behind you. Excuse me. So we worked on a couple key ingredients here to getting off to a better start, and that was feeling like you kept the radius of your right arm and turned your core away together. And so there's the feeling in a drill. And at this particular point, you need to notice how the club stays right in front of you. If I draw, a line on that shaft plane line, you'll notice that it's going to stay right on that shaft plane line. The club stays right in front of the chest, and then it hinges up, and it's in a nice relationship to your pivot. So there's your body pivot, and you notice how the shoulders respond and work at a 90-degree angle to that. This is from this position. We tend to have to kind of lift, or we lay it off a little bit, and I'd say you're a little bit more on the laid off side. You see the difference in the face at the top. And what does that cause? That causes just a little looseness on the downswing, which can create a variety of different missed shots under pressure. If we're relaxed and calm, you can probably recover from it quite well and hit good shots. But as the intensity of the competition creeps in, you tend to have to rely so much on your hand-eye coordination to square it up that it can be a difficult task. And you'll see that, and I pointed out kind of VJ what we saw with him in comparison to what we'd like to see with Adam Scott. This was VJ kind of doing the same sort of thing, but just a little bit more dynamic because of it being the driver. And he'd get that right elbow stuck behind him a little bit more than he needed to or wanted to, and then he had to recover from that with a lot of hand action going through the shot. Ideally, we want to get it more like Adam Scott. He's a perfect model for you. In fact, the two of you kind of look similar. And so getting the feeling that on that initial move away that we can get the handle in and keep the right arm a little bit more extended is going to help you set the club up on that shaft plane line, similar to what we see here with Adam. Here's his move away. You notice how that club stays on or above it and hinges up right between his forearms here at about hip high with the hands. And he just continues back with a good body pivot, and there he is at the top of the swing. So that's a much tidier backswing. You see the difference in where the club is right there, got behind you, a little lifty, and then there's the trapped right elbow coming down. You'll notice that as he starts to turn his hips, plant his left heel and turn his hips, the right elbow comes right down in front of him. That allows him to be able to shallow the club, and then not use his hands, but just turn through the shot. There he is at impact, and you'll notice that the right arm's still bent by his side, and the right wrist is still in cup, where this is going to be springing on the outside of the hands and coming from a steeper angle of approach with a lot of hand action to try to, score that bugger up. So you work on these drills that I gave you, and with enough repetitions, it becomes your subconscious paradigm where you don't have to think of it. But in the meantime, you do have to consciously work through the exercises. Do it in slow motion, do the exercises in the mirror, get a good feel for it, get a good picture for it, and soon it'll become your new formed habit. Until next time, happy golfing.